Hello and welcome. We're going to get into another video. Today's video, we will talk about the best teams in the Fantasy Cup. I did not make one earlier before this cup start because we did not have the actual numbers, what's good and what's bad. So I did not want to make a video. I ended up just being yapping nonsense because in this channel, we would like to yap only sense, only logic, okay? So Fantasy Cup is here and it's one of the most fun cups in the entire game. But last cycle, it was the most RPS cup because the meta was literally Giratina double charm. But now, there is more stuff than just Giratina double charm because the Mud Slappers made a debut here. And if we take a look at the... Okay, before we take a look, Fantasy Cup, basically Pokemon must be Great League eligible, only Dragon, Steel, and Fairy. You know, there was a cup where Steel, Fairy, and Dark are banned. In this cup, only Dragon, Steel, and Fairy Pokemons are eligible. And if we take a look at the PvP ranking, number 1 Pokemon is Azumarill, okay, followed with Weezing, Shadow, Dugtrio, Alolan, Shadow, and I have battles using this right after the video go live. Excadrill, Shadow, Weezing, Shadow, Excadrill, Non-Shadow, Dugtrio, Stunfisk, Giratina, Origin, Registeel, Turtonator, Sandslash. Sandslash get a buff. Flygon did not get a buff, but now Flygon can't run Mudshot again because Mudshot has been rescaled to do more damage and generate less energy and Whimsicott. But that's what PvPok say. What I say, the best Pokemons here are technically Azu, Registeel, Stunfisk, Giratina, Tapu Fini. But that was previously. But now we have different Pokemons that entered the Fantasy Cup, which are the Mud Slappers. The Shadow Excadrill and Shadow Dugtrio. And we also have Shadow Weezing. Shadow Weezing, I think, was pretty new last time. But the thing about it, it was everyone who had it with frustration. But now some people have it without frustration, so it's eligible. Stuff like Empoleon and Sandslash are eligible. Turtonator is known for being one of the best Pokemons, the best lead in this cup. Flygon used to be known as the best safe swap in this cup, the best stick closer. And Shadow Empoleon is known for being one of the hardest hitting fast move Pokemons in the entire Fantasy Cup. But now we have the Mud Slappers. Mud Slap is just the best fast move in the game right now. So anything with Mud Slap is an easy use Pokemon. So how do you play? How do you build a team in this cup? Mud Slappers and a cover. That might not always be the case because not everyone is a PvP is an ABB player. The best team, if you go to PvPok, now let's build teams. Okay, if you want to build a team, you go to PvPok, you choose number 1 Pokemon, which is Azu, and you try to build a team around it. PvPok will suggest Dugtrio and Whimsicott or this Pokemon, Slurpuff. Slurpuff is known for being the fairy that can beat the dragons because it has a fairy move, and the water because it has a grass move, and the steel, by the way, because it has a fire move as well. So Slurpuff is the most flexible Pokemon. Literally, it has 3 nukes that can nuke whichever typing you want to. But the problem with it is like you always need the 3rd charge move, which you don't have. Because if you're running the meta that people know, they will expect you to not have a fairy move, and then they will swap in something like that walls. Something like, I think it used to be Flygon, because you just don't run... the fairy move. So this team is core broken by Azu. Azu is technically difficult for this team, but it should be manageable because you have your own Azu. But I myself preferred like something like Shadow Weezing. Shadow Weezing is known for being like the spammiest and a hard-hitting Pokemon, and 2 Brutal Swing should KO anything in the neutral, as long as they aren't a tanky Pokemon. So when they swap something like this to slap you all the way down, you can still get to 2 Brutal Swings, which should be enough to do damage. And in this cup, I think you can get away with Brutal Swing and Sludge, but I've seen people running Sludge and Overheat in the lead. So if it's an Azu, you just go straight Sludge. If it's a Steel, you could just you bait the Sludge and then you nuke with Overheat. Giratina is also a big Pokemon in this cup. Used to be last time, it used to be the main Pokemon in this cup, where like you have to run Giratina and 2 stuff that covers the Giratina well, like Wigglytuff, like Empoleon, like Skarmory. So it's like last season it used to be Giratina double Charm, or Giratina double Dragon, or Giratina double Steel, or Giratina double Fairy. As an example, if you don't want to run Charm, you can just run Azu and Tapu Fini. But this time I think Gira needs Azu, and they both need Dugtrio, because Dugtrio is kind of the hardest hitting fast move Pokemon. That's not Excadrill, because Excadrill is just extremely frail. And Dugtrio has Mud Bomb, while Excadrill has a Drill Run. Mud Bomb is technically cheaper than Drill Run, and you just need a cheap charge move. But what would you be running, Yasser? I would be running Flygon. I love Flygon in this cup, but the problem is after the change to Mudshot, Flygon is no longer as it used to feel, because now you are forced to run Sand Attack, which is a one-turn fast move Pokemon, and it doesn't generate as much energy as the old Mudshot used to be, but it kind of does more damage overall. Like, as an example, in the old Mudshot, it used to be like Flygon doesn't KO the Azu with 2 Earth Powers, but now the 2 Earth Power will be able to KO because the Sand Attack does basically more damage. You have to run Azu with the Flygon, otherwise you will get run over by Alolan Sandslash. And this thing is literally a third, or any Pokemon that you feel should be a safe Pokemon. But you can hard counter that team with basically this team. You have a Sandslash for the Flygon, and you have a Flygon for the Weezing, because, by the way, Flygon destroys Weezing, because you have Sand Attack, which does so much damage. And Weezing does not have a Fairy Charge move. It's like usually Overheat and Brutal Swing, or Overheat, or Brutal Swing and Sludge, or Sludge and Overheat. And you have Azu as a soft answer. Like, if they swap an Azu into you, you just throw a Drill Run, and then you go to your own. But, you know, like, there is a known streamer that only runs Powder Snow User and double Mud Slapper. It's actually a great strategy, and it's a good team. I will leave you guys in the comment to let me know who does play Powder Snow Users plus 2 Mud Slappers. You guys know them? And my favorite team is actually Azu, Tapu Fini, and Lucario. Lucario is just known for being extremely flexible in this cup. As an example, you can run Thunder Punch, Fire. I think it has Blaze Kick. I am not sure if it has Fire Punch, but I think Lucario has Blaze Kick. Lucario is extremely flexible in this cup. As I said, similar to Slurpuff as an example, because you can just run now Fort Spam with Thunder Punch, and you can do Blaze Kick. Thunder Punch is buffed, I believe, all of the punches, and now it's as good as Blaze Kick. The Whales, okay, there was a team we used to call the Whales, where like they just run triple legendary. We have like an extremely Pokemon that's extremely difficult to get, Giratina, Tapu Fini, you have to trade it, and this Pokemon was available in the research, and you have to trade it with low friendship to get it to the Go Battle, to get it into Great League CP. It's more difficult to get to Great League than Giratina. And if you need an accessible team and you don't have any other cool steel Pokemons, please don't use this team. This team is just bad. It's actually not good. This team is known for being Core Breakers only. Like, the problem with Escav is like the counters just, nerfing counter just made Escav so bad. So now, wait, this team just get destroyed by the Mud Slapper. So how can we fix this team? Let's just copy an Azu, put the Azu here, and use Lucario to bait out the Mud Slappers. If they bring in them, remember that Lucario can do super effective Fort Spam damage. And then you have your Magnezone ready for their own Azu safe swap. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I try to keep it as short as possible, and hopefully you guys were able to grab a team to spam in the Go Battle League. Thanks so much for watching. Good luck with your climb in the new season, and if you always need help coaching, feel free to, I'm one DM away from you. So yeah, thanks so much everyone for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like the content, make sure to leave a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.